Hey, welcome to the pre-show hangout. Still eating, getting acquainted, having
Right,
a
excellent
moment.
timing.
Yeah. Hey, at least there wasn't metal fork scraping. Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Everybody's doing like a much better job of like muting themselves when they're, eating with metal forks or just being more aware of it in general. So thanks. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everybody's weeks going?
Well, we had a writer's retreat this last weekend, and it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah, that's pretty.
asterisks.
How many asterisks are you thinking of?
Strange beds are bad.
Strange
Yeah.
beds are bad,
I
yes.
tried sleeping in 4 beds, so 4 asterisks.
Oh wow.
Well, 3 in the kids' room, and then the one that Emily kindly switched with me, which was an oven. That room was so warm. So
Oh,
my
man.
time back has been a lot of sleeping more than normal, which is good.
Same.
And
Ditto.
I got some stuff done, so I didn't get as much as I was hoping for, and I really miss having that focused, dedicated writing time where I don't have to also do my job or stop and make dinner or worry about who's got pants tomorrow.
I worry about that
I would like to do
every
that
day.
again. You worry about having pants every day, or you worry about other people having pants? Because there's a difference. The quality of the worry is different.
Both. I worry about both. It's actually what keeps me up at night. Eric, like, I don't even know if Eric is wearing pants right now. How could you even tell? Okay.
Next time we go on the retreat, we could try putting me in the super hot room, and Aaron could try sleeping in the room that I got to sleep in because it's pretty comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason why we originally did not put you in that room is because all of the beds are made for like smaller people. So like we thought that maybe your feet would hang off. But what we could do is we could just combine all those beds in a row, and you could just sleep across them.
Like Snow White with all the dwarf beds together.
Yeah, exactly. Eric will be Snow White.
I could probably just sleep diagonally. I'm just saying.
An application for geometry class that I never considered. Can this person fit in this bed if they lay down along the what is that called?
Pythagorean theorem.
What's the
hypotenuse?
The longer hypotenuse. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're not the math stream. Okay.
Except for when we are the math stream, like we just were. Then we are the math stream. We have a bunch of people saying hello to us. So Mystic Mania is here and they say hello. Original Angston's saying hi. Cassius is saying hi. A lot of people are here to come and hang out with us before the show. For those people, I'd like to let you know, in case you missed it, that we do have 2 giveaways going on today. You could type in !ticket to win 1 full set of inspiration tokens from Phoenix Dice. If you take a look over here at that picture, you can see what they look like. They're pretty darn big. They're like maybe like the size of my palm, and they're what you can give players so that they'll never forget that they have inspiration on their sheet again. They have to be huge and satisfying, so that players want to earn them and they can remember to use them in times of need. So that's !. It says !ticket there on the picture. I wonder if I entered the wrong info. If that is, I'm gonna have to fix that picture while we chat.
I just realized I posted about the game. I forgot about the other giveaway. So I'm just gonna fix that real quick so that people know.
Okay. So the other thing that we're giving away tonight, which is ! Enter, is a copy of Rhiannon Held's ebook Idelian in celebration of her new book release, which is called Pure Motive. So she'll tell you more about that later. As you can see right now, she's being bashful. She's got like the little curtain of mystery up over her camera, and later on she'll come and tell us about the book. Oh, thanks so much for the sub, Monk of Greyhawk.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm
now
trying
I
to
gotta
think
fix
words.
this giveaway picture. real quick. So Eric,
Yeah.
what did you work on the retreat, and how productive were you?
I wrote on my Between and Around Projects book, which is kind of modern day fantasy. It's similar to, it's kind of inspired by the Persona games. It was real
Oh,
fun. I
nice.
write it because it's real fun to write, not because I necessarily have a great plan for what to do with it. I almost finished part 4, which is really chapter 3 because it starts at chapter 0. Anyway, if you're a Persona fan, you probably understand.
Yeah.
We're not the math stream. Stop saying numbers.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. I didn't quite finish it though. I wrote one awakening scene, which involved blood fountain. So it was pretty good. Had a good
you
time.
you didn't finish the whole book during the retreat.
No, I didn't finish the whole book during
I
the
don't have
retreat.
any sympathies.
Sorry about that.
So I see Rumpus asked, I mentioned I played a few weeks. Aaron mentioned played a few weeks ago, played Blueshy on a stream. What show is that? Because Rumpus just finished her mission in Idle Champions and she's hilarious. Thank you, because I wrote Blueshy's dialogue too. It was for Spring Extravaganza, the one shot 3 kobolds and a Blueshy. And it's got magic catnip stuff and crazy kobolds, and it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It is on twitch.tv/CNE Games. The VOD is still up, I believe. So check it out later. I enjoyed that character a lot.
I see Star Chaser has a question. How many inspiration coins are in the giveaway set? That is 3. So I don't know if you saw the picture when it went by, but there were 3 different colors of inspiration tokens there, and you will receive, if you win, you will receive 1 of each color. Because that's just how generous we are. Well, we also had a big event last week on the stream.
Yeah, we did.
So
Do we want to talk about that briefly?
yeah, I mean, I think I'd want to hear maybe like your thoughts on it, because you played the other half, of that game.
I mean, I thought it. So we're talking about the swan song last episode of Rogar,
Mhm.
which
The fact you're like, let's just check. What are we talking about? There's only one thing happened.
I thought went
That's
pretty
fair.
well. It gave us an opportunity to really dig into some key things about his character and resolve a couple of plots that we had moved pretty far away from. And the final for the very first time appearance of the Holy Mother, which was interesting. And yeah, just it was nice. I enjoyed it.
Had you ever played like that sort of game before to let one of your players leave on their own terms?
Like you mean like a one-on-one session, or you
Yeah.
mean like a character focused session where a character left?
No, like one-on-one.
I've done epilogue things before, but they haven't usually been one-on-one things. Because most of my gaming has been, in person, and it makes more sense for a bunch of people to be hanging around and playing rather than here on screens and broadcasting. So, when we're just broadcasting on screens, it's maybe easier to just say, "Hey, I'm taking the week off," and then it's not a big deal. So, I haven't done exactly the same format, but that concept of narratively resolving someone's story and having them ride off into the sunset is something that I've done before.
Yeah, I thought you handled it really well, like a one-on-one session. You two, it seemed like you two were very like engaged with each other throughout. Did it feel like harder or easier than having like a full group of players?
It felt the same. Like, because I had done a little bit of planning and I knew what I was getting into and I knew where I wanted to go, I could basically handle it. But it requires a certain degree of investment from the person. But if you build it up as a kind of like, end of their story arc, like they're getting the chance to do what they want to do in this game without any particular restrictions or boundaries, then it's easy to get that investment. So like, I don't think that game that we ran would have worked with other players here. They would have been just sitting back and just watching and being bored, which is not good. Like, we don't want that. And but yeah, I'm glad this format worked out, and I'm glad that other people could take a break, because it's been a tiring couple of years. Tell you.
Accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going on our 2-year anniversary
On
on this
multiple
channel.
levels.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going on our 2-year anniversary on this channel, and it's kind of bonkers to look at like the first episode we ran on this channel, and what format and stuff it was on, all the way up to now, and just like think about and look at all the different changes. At least for me, like on the production side, I feel like it's changed like quite radically. And I, for one, am just constantly impressed with how much we can do with like so little. Like we're taking like the same assets and stuff that we have and just sort of like cutting it and reinventing it, and everybody being really like nimble and being willing to like try different things, like adding Roll20 and etc. to the game. So it's been a lot of change in our journey.
Yes. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this shit?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I'm 100% ready.
Yep.
I told you. So, like at the end of the last episode we were in Rashemen, we got to encounter brother Nikofor. Nikofor. Yeah. And this dude cast mother freaking time stop.
Yep.
Just casually, just
to prove a point.
Well, you did dare him to
oh yeah.
demonstrate how powerful he was.
Oh yeah. But I loved how his usage was like, hey, I'm gonna clean up my library now. Time stop, clean up all these books, and then stand behind you, bitch. So, like for me, I'm absolutely excited to encounter this person again. Try to make him.
What happens if you don't, though?
Oh, it's okay. He's out there somewhere. That's all I need to know.
You'll find him.
Yeah.
I feel like the response you guys have had that you generally like these NPCs, and the problem being they're all cloistered wizard monk guys, and they're not coming over for pizza probably. I'm like, oh.
I'm gonna bring pizza to him. I'm gonna bring him 2 kinds of pizzas. He must like one of them. Maybe one of each flavor. Hey, Rhiannon, welcome.
Of all the pizza.
Hey, am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay. I sped up and then I had to go away, so I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah. So I gave them a little.
Day? Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, how's your day, Rhiannon?
Oh boy, the day job. Nothing like was on fire, but I definitely had 10 pounds of shit to fit in a 5-pound bag as far as like my time today. So, which Mythbusters has proved you can do, but that is because shit is full of a lot of water.
Oh, okay. Wow. Things I learned.
So when you press it, then all the water comes out.
So
and
so
then
did
you
they
can't kind of fit it.
Did they actually figure out how much shit can actually fit into a 5-pound bag?
I mean, I think they took 10 pounds and then like it was a near run thing. I don't know that they could have like kept going.
So 2-to-1. Okay. I don't know if it was like this magical physics defying substance and you could fit like 100 pounds in there.
Well, I mean, so there's all the things where like, I mean, a given 5-pound bag, it's not absolutely stuffed. It's kind of like it got some room.
Oh, so it could have been more than 10. All right.
Well, no, because the I can't. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I can't argue science with you by proxy. Go tag Adam on Twitter.
We were also just talking about earlier how we're like not the math stream until we suddenly become the math stream.
Ask me an archaeology question.
Right.
Of course, I'm at NorwestCon this weekend, and there was one of the panels where we were sort of like planning a little bit, and then we're like, oh, we'll talk about this, we'll talk about that. And I'm like, look, I don't talk about Indiana Jones. I'm sorry, I just don't anymore. So if an audience asks this question, like, okay, but like moderator, no questions about Indiana Jones.
I think that is entirely fair.
There is a question about shit in the bag. There's more comments and questions about shit in a bag. But I sense that we're moving on.
Oh, should I thought I was. No, I'm not logged on. I should go look at the chat.
Yeah. So I did
Somebody
also
else who has watched MythBusters in the chat. You can answer the questions about it. I'm sure somebody has. It seems like a MythBusters kind of audience.
Nobody's answered so far, but yeah, we'll see. I told them a little bit about how you have the giveaway and how you have a new book coming out called Pure Motive. So I don't know if you want to drop
Pure Motives.
Pure Motives. So if you want to drop some more facts about it at some point, they know.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm talking to some people who've heard about it before, but so my space opera series, the Amsterdam Institute series, it's not all one protagonist. It's the Amsterdam Institute is sort of research facility that various characters like arrive at briefly and then go off to have adventures. So the first 4 are collected. So that's what we're giving away today because I figured like people coming into the stream, they're like, what is this? I don't know who you are. But you should try my books and you got the first 4 novellas. For the price of 1 giveaway, which is free. And it's space opera. So all the good space opera adventures and kissing and not so much with the space battles, but definitely like pew pew shooty kind of battles. That's the kind of space opera I like. And snarky AI. And let's see, other things. The protagonists are all definitely this is the kind of protagonist you like, they're all people who are need to learn to rely on others. It's not the lone wolf thing, but the people who are like, no, I got it. I don't need to be a burden on other people. And then they learn to like actually make connections and ask for help and that sort of thing. So.
Awesome. Yeah, so if you want to enter for that, it's !enter. We're going to have 1 for the stream and then 1 for the Discord. You'll get a chance to win either spot. And then once again, for people that are late, we're also giving away a set of inspiration tokens from Phoenix Dice. They're these like giant honking metal discs that are like about the size of my palm. And they're things that you can hand to your players to remind them that they have inspiration to use. They are awesome looking, awesome feeling, and very, very useful for your table. So that is !ticket to enter that.
Sweet.
Oh, also both of these are open to anywhere in the world.
Yeah, ebooks, so very good for international. Somebody last week was asking about audiobooks, which unfortunately isn't within my means to get a good quality product. They're more than I'm able to spend on it, but I wish. And my urban fantasy series that does have audiobooks.
For like just out of curiosity, like if you ever did make an audiobook out of it, do you ever think about like who your dream actor would be?
Well, that's an interesting question because I feel like in the past when I've thought about it, I'm like, oh well, like this friend like just took a voiceover class, and so maybe she'd give me a price break if it's like her final project or something, right?
So your casting fantasies are very
That doesn't
practical.
seem. Yeah, I was gonna say this is less of a dream and more of a plan.
My dream is to save money. Yeah.
Love it.
Let's see, voices. I'm not very like audio fixated when I'm looking at actors on the screen, I think. In my past series, I've done a little bit of like, every so often you get a question like, how would you cast this?
Yeah.
But the trouble with that, of course, is that like, depending on the actor, and obviously it's the trouble with like teens, but even for adult actors, like you cast it and then like things move on a decade, and whichever actor is like no longer the like hip 20 something, they're instead like more staid, middle-aged kind of part.
The silver fox.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I happen to loathe age gap in my fiction, and so I'd never want to cast something where you do the Hollywood thing where like the dude is way older, like the actor, regardless of the characters, the guy's older than the woman with a straight couple. In the commentary track of Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thompson, she was saying that it was Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant, she was playing opposite, and he was like a year older than her. And apparently audiences were making comments about how she was so old compared to him. And it was just because they were used to the standard Hollywood age gap, which is even worse in historicals. Because in historicals, they're already sort of assuming that obviously the dude's going to be in his 30s and she's going to be 17.
This is actually a thing that we've been watching Severance, which is very good. Let's be clear. But you've got Adam Scott, who's 49, and you've got Patricia Arquette, who I think is 53. And I can't tell what their relationship's supposed to be. Like, I really genuinely can't tell if she's hitting on him or if she's being motherly to him. Because to my eye, they look the same age, only she's styled much more matronly. She definitely, like, when she's interacting with him, when she's his neighbor and they're doing stuff, she's got like this kind of like hippie lady quilted colorful vest, and like her hair is very white, and she worries about him, and I'm like, is she supposed to be a lot older than him, or is she hitting on him? I really can't tell, and it bothers me. Because I'm like, is it one of those where, she's, practically his age, ergo she is a crone? Or I don't know how to read it. And there's a lot of things about that show that are very weird in a more obvious weird way. But this one little point of like confusion, it leaves me going on being a little unsettled because I don't know what I'm supposed to take out of it. Maybe the characters aren't supposed to be sure either. Fair point. It is that kind of show.
So it is 6:25. I would actually love to talk more about Severance because I've been watching it and it is fantastic, and I have like much similar things to discuss like that. But possibly next
only
time.
4 episodes in, so maybe next time I'll be more caught up.
Yeah, whenever you're done with season 1, we could have like a discussion. Okay, so see you everybody after the recap.
Go away.
Welcome back, everyone. It looks like we're back in Rashemen this week, and if you recall last time, it seems our team of regulars that had gone searching in Rashemen for answers were dead set on looking at Lazar's old house, which they hoped would have some new clues to what to look at and where to go next. Well, in Lazar's house, after cleverly bypassing the wards that the witches had put on the outside to prevent people from getting in, or at least let them know if people had gotten in, they managed to find a few pertinent items, namely a journal belonging to young Cecilia, which was heartbreaking, a series of notes pertaining to the spell that Lazar had created to siphon magic from Cecilia and others, it seems, and what appeared to be some kind of soul fragment, a piece of Lazar that potentially got ejected due to the use of this spell, that maybe the spell needed to make room for the magic it took, and so popped it right out. Well, from there, Artemisia decided to speak to Clement and go on her date after all, which, great. Get some, but also tried to convince Clement to hand over the soul piece to the witches, specifically his mother, in the hopes that it would distract them long enough for the irregulars to leave and escape the running rocks and head into the woods, hoping to find these dark witches out there. Well, that didn't go great. Clement didn't seem too keen on it, but at the very least, Artemisia did get to enjoy her date, drinking wine and walking, so that's fun. Well, the other irregulars, they went to talk to first Igor, and then to, I can never remember his name, the really crotchety artificer who, or wizard, or whoever he is, the one that clearly does not like them, to see if they could get their hands on some of Lazar's books that had been removed from his house, hoping to find some answers there. They were able to butter him up reasonably well, but unfortunately, he didn't seem too keen on them sticking around, but he let them take the books. Of course, Sturge also took a couple of other things, so let's hope that doesn't come back to bite them in the ass. For now, enjoy, and we'll see where that goes.